Hey Queens, how are y'all doing on this evening or morning or whatever this video finds you? I hope this message finds each of you doing well and in your right mind. But tonight what I wanted to talk to you ladies about is addiction. You may know someone who is currently fighting addiction, or you yourself may be fighting addiction or at one point had some addiction in your life. You may be at the point where you want to ask for help, but you don't know how. You may be at the point where you are taking steps to ask for help and get yourself together so that you can fight this addiction and overcome this situation. You may have, family members who are addicted to some type of substance, whether it's drugs, whether it's alcohol. There's all kinds of addictions that we can have. We can be addicted to love. We could be addicted to sex. We could be addicted to hurting ourselves. But whatever addiction you're fighting, I want you queens to know that God is in here and in this thing with you. He has never left you nor forsake you. And no matter what the reason is as to why you're doing drugs, whether it's that maybe you feel like God has forsaken you, or you've, had some deaths in your family, or just, life just got to a point where you started being controlled by a substance. And, I want you to know that God still loves you, even though you're fighting this addiction. And, one of the verses or scriptures in the Bible that changed my life was to honor God in all thy ways. And what that means is that even when you're in your mess and you're living in a life of sin, God still wants to hear from you. He still wants your praise and wants to hear your voice. He wants your prayers. God is still with you. You may be someone who has family members who are addicted. Don't throw those people away. Be careful how you treat people, because you don't know what impact that could have on that person's life. We are connected to people for a reason. And the best thing that you can do for those individuals is to love them, is to care for them, try to get them help, talk to them, pray for them, whatever you got to do to help them in that situation to try to come out of it and fight it. But don't down them. Don't make them feel like they are less than. We are all fighting things that, we just may not have control over. We don't know how we're going to get through it. But I want you ladies and gentlemen and just anybody who's listening to this video to know that God still loves you, even in your addiction, in the midst of it, at the beginning of it, when you thought about it. God knew all about it, and he's waiting on you to come to him and cry out and talk to him. He loves you. You can be addicted to a substance and still give honor to God. And I say that changed my life, because when I was living a life full of sin, and I'm not going to sit here and act like I still don't sin, because I do, but I'm trying to overcome those things and live a godly life. But when I realized that God wanted to hear from me anyway, that I should honor him in all thy ways, I talked to God about everything. That was a game changer for me. It opens your eyes to see, what your potential can be, and you can look past that situation that you're in. So Queens, I just want you to know to keep fighting that addiction. Know that I love you. God loves you. He's not done with you yet. He still wants to hear from you. And other ladies and men, if you have people in your family, friends, anybody you know that's on drugs, don't talk about them. Pray for them. That's the best thing that you can do for them, because you dogging them, telling them they ain't this and that, not having any contact with them, cutting them off. And I'm not saying allow them to hurt you or steal from you or do anything like that, but do what you need to do for them out of love and not out of hate. Have a blessed evening, a blessed day, Queens, and be a blessing to someone else.